Welcome back to Restauranttopia. I listened to Josh Kopel and Natasha Miller on Restaurant Marketing School. It was such a great episode. I wanted to share it with all of our listeners here and talk about transforming vendors into raving fans.
Imagine a perfect world where you can build a restaurant, open the doors, and make loads of money. Unfortunately, those days are over. It takes great leadership, hard work, and long hours to operate a successful restaurant. Together, we can make it happen. This is Restauranttopia.
This is so important.
Yeah, I think it is too, because I think in our industry, when you talk about running a restaurant and your vendors, whether alcohol suppliers, your liquor suppliers, your wine suppliers, your food suppliers, all those different things, sometimes like you can look at that scenario as like, well, I'm the customer, I'm right. Like, you need to bow down to me, and
No.
I'm the man, which in some instances is appropriate. But I think creating partnerships and creating the ability for those vendors to love you as an operator,
well, I think
is way better.
I think that your vendors want to make you successful. And if you're grateful and you're humble, I think you have an amazing opportunity to build a relationship with a vendor that they're going to actually send you business.
I know from my perspective and being on the vendor side of it, like I want to be a part of my customer's business. I want to take my family there and I want to do those things. And the easier you make that for them, all good happens.
They're potential customers too. I mean, they're having events. They're hosting graduation parties. They have a network of people online that they're dealing with that they can be a big cheerleader for you. So Josh and Natasha talked all about this. And when I heard it, I was like, I got to share that with our audience. And I thought it was important. So
yeah, appreciate Josh for letting us use, this episode from Restaurant Marketing School. This is really good stuff.
As an attorney by trade, one of my mentors, Bill Owens, who passed away about 5 years ago, a great friend, a mentor, really good lawyer, told me something that is always hit home with me, and it's about referrals. And that's what we're really talking about when making vendors a referral source of business. And he said in his career, 80% of his referrals came from about 5 people.
Yeah.
So think about that. Who are the 5 people in your life, whether they're vendors or friends or what have you, that are referring you business constantly? And that's a differentiator. So to make someone a fan of you is nice, and that they like you, but are they going to go out of their way to refer you business, to send you their money, to send you customers that are going to spend money? With things being so tight today, that additional catering order, that additional 10 top, whatever it is at your restaurant,
birthday party, anniversary, whatever. Yeah.
Correct. Are people going to go celebrate? Yep. That additional revenue is so critical to you staying in business.
Welcome to Restaurant Marketing School. I'm Josh Kopel, a Michelin-rated restaurateur. Together with Natasha Miller, we're unpacking the tools and tactics used by million-dollar marketing agencies to help you grow your restaurant. Today, we're talking about why it's important to get your vendors to be the biggest raving fans for more growth, leads, and branding. I am a huge advocate of this myself, Natasha. Talk to me about your logic behind it.
Our target demographic, the event directors at major venues, they are the event production teams at Google and big entities like that. They are caterers. Now we're starting to get into vendors. Caterers are vendors, right? But let's say we hire a florist and a calligrapher and all these other things. They can become one of the best word of mouth people for your business. And we've gotten really big leads that have come to fruition from our vendors, right? The people that we pay to be on site at events, because we're all doing the same kind of events. And if they're in a meeting, right, or a walkthrough to see where the flowers go, and someone says, we got some money left and we need entertainment, I don't know where to look. What is the floral designer going to say? They're going to say, I've got someone for you, Entire Productions. They're amazing. And then boom, you might get a $30,000 client.
Now let's talk about fostering and facilitating those relationships. How do you take those relationships from being what they are at their base, which is transactional, to where they feel a sense of investment in your business?
So in the San Francisco Bay Area, it's a little unusual from other major markets. There's not really a commission mentality here. So if I get a $30,000 client from this floral designer, they're not expecting a kickback. It's just not the way we operate in the Northern California. But what they probably hope for is an authentic thank you and then continued work with us, right? And us referring them out to others. Again, that's different than the LA event industry and the New York event industry, where there is the idea that there should be some sort of a financial compensation.
You touched upon something which has been foundational in my career, which is referrals. I am a huge advocate of referrals. I get a ton.
Yes,
I
you
give
do.
a ton. Yes, I do. You know me. It's my whole bag. If I work with you and I love you, I will make you money. I will give you my own money. I will support you and get everyone I know to use you. There's massive opportunity there. And I learned it through hospitality because the restaurant industry is built on referrals. And if something is working in an industry where things so rarely work as advertised, you want to share the good news. And I think one of the things that really differentiated me as a restaurateur was I was as difficult, probably still am, to work with as the next guy. But if it worked and I loved you, I took the time to call other restaurateurs that I knew and I would refer you out. And what it does is, there are all these opportunities, either through liquor companies or through food vendors, where, hey, we've got a special on this. Hey, we're doing this. Hey, there's an event we want to throw, hosting a dinner. And we got all of the business. And we got all of the business because I constantly worked to help other people succeed. And we are all very focused on our own success. Lord knows that's the case, and it should be. But if we can help other people win too, it creates raving fans that immediately translates, not indirectly, but directly translates to more top line revenue.
I agree with you. Absolutely. And we don't set out to pointedly find referral partners. So that is another way you could go about it, is make a list of all your vendors and then ask them for referrals. That would be proactive, but that's just not what we've had to do. But I would consider it, if you're not getting referrals, is to ask for them.
Hey, it's Josh. Do you want to spend 60 minutes planning out a profitable 2022 with me? Just you and me, on Zoom, camera on, pen and paper out, getting you super clear on exactly what your goals are and how you're going to achieve them. It's free, even though the call is worth like a gazillion dollars. Go to planwithjosh.com to book that call with me. That's planwithjosh.com to book a 1-hour strategy session to make sure that 2022 is your most profitable year yet. If you want to hear previous episodes or check out our other content, go to restaurants.yelp.com/marketing school. Thank you so much for listening to the show. You can subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. While you're there, please leave us a review. I'm Josh Kopel, and you've been listening to Restaurant Marketing School.
Dave, that was really cool. How great was that?
Dude, awesome. I mean, there's a reason why we, quote unquote, stole that episode.
Yeah, correct. And thank you again.
We did ask Josh. We did steal it.
Yeah, really appreciate it. It was on the internet, so I could have just downloaded it. I thought that was so important because of just the nature of the referral is such an intimate thing. When I get a referral, and I think this is a good pro tip for the operators, you want to go above and beyond to impress that person, the referral, because ultimately that the person who referred you that customer is putting their name on the line. So I think you really want to outperform.
No, there's a sense of accountability, and I think it's human nature even to give the referral. Mm-hmm. Like when you've got your, maybe you got your hairdresser, your mechanic, your electrician, plumber, whatever it is, and restaurant that you love. You know?
Or your local independent food distributor that's like, hey, I love Hillcrest Foods. I want you to buy food from them because they do a great job. Their customer service is great. They got a podcast. They have a marketing team. They're here to help you. Like those sorts of things.
Yeah, like those things that just make you the best at class industry.
No, absolutely. But I think you want to outperform when you get a referral.
Sure. And
this is gonna be my second pro tip. Say thank you. Now I look at it. There's 3 ways that you can say thank you.
You're telling me gratitude matters?
Oh, gratitude. I'm all about it. We have it on the side of our trucks now. I love it. What I would say you need to do, one of 3 things, or all 3. Number 1, send a thank you note. Handwritten thank you note. We've talked about that on a ton of episodes. So important. You want to be so sincere. Number 2, send them a small gift, a gift basket, what have you, edible arrangement. I don't care what it is, a gift card. And then 3rd, depending on what the referral source is, if it's another restaurant or if it's a vendor that really didn't have to do this for you, I mean, there is something about sending a few $100s or some. I'm not saying you have to give all your profit away, but don't be afraid to share the profit, especially if it's a $80,000 wedding or if it's some crazy event.
Depending on the circumstance and what
the size. Right, it's got to be appropriate. But if you're getting big time referral and it's really big top line revenue, I think it's okay to share a little bit of that.
Yeah, and I think the rule of thumb is just probably to just do above and beyond what would be expected.
Correct.
You know what I mean, like to verbally say thank you and be super grateful verbally. Like, okay, that's kind of expected. To do a handwritten card that's very sincere,
less expected.
To actually do a gift, probably not happening much.
No.
To actually give somebody a cut of maybe the profit, or to say like, hey, I really appreciate it, and I'd like to give you this, whether it be in a gift card for the restaurant or whatever the case may be. That's probably never happening.
No, or a thoughtful gift. Like when I do gift baskets around the holidays, iPads, something unique that I know that they want if there's a cool bag or something like that. So I think those sorts of things are super important. And again, it goes to the level of the referral, but that one person could refer you 25 things over the next 10 years. So the lifetime value of that referral source could be huge.
Yeah, and especially when you're over the top grateful, because they're going to be addicted and want to make that next referral, make that next, because that just cements the relationship and the connection.
Yeah, and the rule of reciprocity. I mean, they're going to want to give that back to you.
Absolutely.
No, I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate your time. And Josh, wow. Great episode. If you want to hear more from Josh, check out all his podcasts, Restaurant Marketing School. He's got a ton of great stuff coming out real soon, and we'll put it in the show notes. Thank you so much.
This is a high-quality pod. Thank you, everybody.
Take care. Adios.
Thank you for listening to Restaurantopia. The gratitude that we have for each and every one of you spending your precious time to listen to this podcast is immeasurable. Please make sure to tell a friend about this podcast. And also, if you have any feedback for us, visit us on restaurantopia.com and drop us a line. You can also subscribe on your favorite place to listen to podcasts. Thank you and have a great day.